On today's ride, we're going to head out to the San Luis Reservoir, and we're going to see how much water's filled up in the reservoir after these record lows from the past summer drought. So let's head out there. We'll get a little history on the San Luis Reservoir, and we'll take a nice ride out there and check it out.
So the one thing the farms need is water. And most of California is a desert. And the way it works is the irrigation system they put in California to move water all over this state for all the farms. And California grows everything. Anything you could think of. Cotton, corn, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, broccoli, berries, rice. A lot of rice farmers out in the valley. And it's amazing the water systems that move the water around in the state of California. And that's what we're looking at. That's what we're going to go look at today. You can see the hills are all green from all the rain. You know, summertime they all turn brown. But we'll go take a look at it. So we got traffic controls up here. It's because this is the Pajaro River. It flooded out from all the storms, and the roads have just been taking a beating everywhere. And the whole little town up the river there, Pajaro, it flooded out to the max. This over here used to be a little pond. Now it's like a massive lake. That is amazing. This right here used to be a little farm pond that would just accumulate right over there. That's insane. From up here you can see Tunnel Island. The water is all the way up to the top. And in the pictures before, you'd see where it was all low and there was all the fingers going out. The reservoir is 97% full, so it's basically maxed out. And we haven't even had the snow melt yet in the Sierra, which is second biggest year on record. Over 60 feet of snow and counting. And I think tomorrow is April 1st, and you can just see how green the hills and everything is. It's just gorgeous. And we went from this thing being the lowest I've ever seen it into my life, and in 5 months all the way filled up, plus a huge snowpack. And it takes one winter to get out of a drought, and it's maxed out to the very top. Look at that, all the way up to the top. There's Tunnel Island. This had gone so far out, they had to extend a piece and then a piece off to launch your boats. And now this is how it was designed, and it's all the way up to the top.
Groundbreaking started on this project in 1962. It was completed in 1967. On the land formerly part of the Rancho San Luis Gonzaga. It was part of the California State Water Project and the Federal Central Valley Project, which together has a network of reservoirs and dams and pumping stations and 550 miles of canals and major conduits to move water across the whole state of California. It's pretty amazing. Look, here's how low the boat ramp was during the drought in the summer. And you can just see everything back here that's empty is all filled in now, even way past the parking lot, going back to the bottom of the screen. And that's what it looks like today. It's 97% full. There's plenty of snow in the mountains to melt off. This thing will be 100% capacity. And one winter filled it all back up. Yeah, it's so nice. That's where I had rode down to the water, all the way across the lake. Now the lake's 9 miles long north to south and 5 miles wide. And on the groundbreaking, President Kennedy came out here, John F. Kennedy, right here.
It is a pleasure for me to come out here and help blow up this valley and the cause of progress. But if it had no other benefit than to permit us to look at this valley and others like it across the country, where we can see the greenest and most richest earth producing the greatest and richest crops in the country, and then a mile away see the same earth and see it brown and dusty and useless, and all because there's water in one place and there isn't in another. Progress represents the combined will of the American people, and only when they are joined together for action, instead of standing still and thinking that everything that had to be done has been done, it's only when they join together in a forward movement that this country moves ahead.
And they started the groundbreaking in 1962, and then it was finished in 1967. There's the dam. That's the O'Neill forebay. On the other side is the California Aqueduct. And they'll pump water, comes down the aqueduct into the forebay, and they'll pump it uphill in to the San Luis Reservoir. Also on the reservoir is the Gianelli hydroelectric plant. So we're making electricity from the reservoir here, and we're also watering the crops to feed America. And that's how we do it. They made this reservoir back in 1962. Forward thinking to supply water around California to grow crops and for other uses. Pretty amazing stuff. And what's more amazing is one record-breaking winter rainfall and snowpack took this thing from the bare bones bottom and filled it back up to the top. That was a real blessing. I've never seen it as low as it had been this past summer, and for it to fill up in 1 year is an absolute miracle.